Good evening, dearest friends, parents, teachers, little children and big children, and welcome to this evening. This play comes to you from after a lot of longing and after weathering a storm and after deep preparation some of us have done. But it also comes to you with only 3 days that we have all spent together, both schools. So we have Tatva and VXL performing together today, and we bring to you the story of the birth of Christ. The story is set in what is today known as Palestine, and you must be familiar with this place as it's aired all over our news these days. So it's a simple story, yet a complex story and a very deep story. And it's from 2000 years ago. It comes from a time in this area where the people were constantly hearing that there will come a Messiah, there will come a Savior who will save all the people from suffering, from oppression. And there's one lady, a simple Jewish lady, who is met by an angel, Angel Gabriel. And Angel Gabriel tells Mary, you will be blessed with a son, and this son will be the King of all kings, and he is the Savior that everybody has been waiting for. You are the one who has to bring him up. So the rest of our story leads into the birth up to this little baby's birth. Before we begin, thank yous usually come at the end of a play, but for this play I need to say thank you right at the beginning. Thank you to Akshay Nathan. He is not here today, he is an ex-student of ours and a writer, but he keeps working with us on many projects. And he actually led us into very deep work where he told us, when you are presenting the play this time, can you go into the soul journey of some of the main characters in the story. So thank you Akshay, because it was nice to do that, to see the story from that angle. And I'd like to say thank you to Adi, because he gave many of us hard individual tasks to do, but it really helped to bring this production together. Thank you to all parents who have been hearing from us last few days. Many messages have gone back and forth. Some of you all have changed passport appointments. Some came from Bangalore to Chennai. So thank you all parents for being there for us. Thank you to both schools, admin and management, because without you all we can't do anything. We dreamt and you all help us make it happen. So thank you for that, for the freedom that you give us to bring something that we dream of to life. And also, thank you to all the brave children sitting over there who were ready to take this journey with us. Yes? This night that Jesus was born was very special, because it was said that it was one of the darkest, coldest nights. But it was special because when he was born, light that usually streams from heaven to earth, that night, though it was cold, the manger that he was born in, his little crib, it felt that there was a glow of light and very warm, and that night the light actually streamed upwards. The night was filled with compassion. So with that, I go back to this story 2000 years ago, but I feel it has its relevance even today. As Neha mentioned, we had only 3 days of rehearsals, and for any other production that sounds unimaginable. But for this one, it somehow felt that this was something waiting to happen for a long, long time. As a teacher of grades 11 and 12 in Tatva, this coming together of 2 spaces for me felt like an urgent call, an urgent need to bring back this memory of light, the light of hope. Like many of us here, I too have struggled with the darkness unleashed on Gaza and the relentless images of loss, destruction and overwhelming grief. And every day I ask myself,
what can we do? This play, this collaboration, for me is a living example of how little things can add up. Each of us have to live this responsibility of living this change, living this truth. It falls down on each one of us over here right now. It's not something that's happening far away or outside of us. It's right here, right now. And this little big play is full of heart and hope, and that little big thing called light.
So this is a very, very special moment for us at VXL. This coming together of Tattva and VXL to celebrate the essence of Christmas with this story. But you know, it's a culmination of steps that has happened. Many years ago, we celebrated Christmas in Alcott School, and I remember Tattva School children, very small children, many of you maybe, 4, 5, 6 years ago when you all came just to see. It was called sensitizing. Sensitizing because they were children who were different, sensitizing about diversity. Diversity is pretty much a fact. But children were just exposed to them, you all watched and you all went. Then came step 2. Many of you don't know that we have Akila, a very prized student of Kaleidoscope, who is now actually interning at Tattva. Tattva opened its doors to let Akila come and be an assistant teacher. She's still training to be a teacher in grade 3. This already takes the fact into an action. Inclusion is pretty much an action. You have to do it. And it's a very unique kind of an action. So Akila, this has not been simple. It was actually, this whole transition has been something which has been worked upon over years. So for nearly 2 or 3 years, this project has been continuing. And now we come to the third step. The third step, which actually came by the synergy of these two very, very motivated teachers, Praveena from Tattva and Neha from KLC. They are, I'm sure the whole world over here knows that they are very, very good friends. The synergy had to bring something else. And this synergy had to sow a seed for the future. That same synergy brought these whole lot of musicians together. If you just look to your left, these are now inspired by the synergy. These people have come together. So we are already on the third stage. Diversity, which is a fact, inclusion and action. But now we all belong together. Belonging is an outcome. It's an outcome of doing the deeds which come together, making all of us into one community. Today the parents, teachers, students who have come together, we all belong in this space together. And that belonging is something very different. Acceptance is seeing each other, knowing that we all are wearing different shoes. But belonging is one step higher. Belonging is you wear your shoes, I wear my shoes, and yet there is no judgment. And to that, Tattva school children, grade 11 and 12, a very warm welcome. It may be a very small thing that you all are thinking, you all are doing today, coming here to perform. But I hope that this seed you all carry into your future lives. I really hope this very small incident, 25-minute play that you're going to do, you carry it and it somewhat defines who you guys become when you all grow older. And you carry this. For our children also, for you to know how you all have contributed so beautifully, the verbal and the non-verbal have come together. So thank you all of you for being here. Wait, I have written something. I think Jesus is going to be very happy today. Okay. I do think Jesus will be very happy today because we've taken many steps into making a little world of brotherhood and peace, which I think he continuously spoke about. Thank you, very warm welcome to all of you. Thank you for being here. Oh.
stars are brightly shining within the night of our dear Savior's birth. Long lay the world in sin and error binding till He appears and the soul felt its worth. A thrill of hope, the weary world rejoices, for yonder waits a new and glorious morn. Fall on your knees, oh yeah, the angel voices, oh night divine, oh night when Christ was born, oh night divine, oh night divine.
In the darkest moments of time, a light is born. In the deepest moments of sleep, the will to rise awakens. Time that stands still promises fluidity. Time that moves carries with it the remnants of a pause. Between the rhythms of night and day, sleep and awake, time's infinite dance takes place. And when you hear the inevitable beat of the drum that sings, it is time, it is time, you arise. The story of the birth of Christ signifies the moment when time stopped briefly, only to turn again to a new rhythm, to usher in new hope, a new beginning, a new birth of the transformational power of love, a love that grows, serves, and is continuously resurrected even when it dies. Through the surrender of Mary and Joseph, the warmth of the simple shepherds, the wisdom of the three kings, the fear of King Herod, the oblivious innkeepers, and the quiet of the barn and her animals. Through it all, Christ arrives. He comes to remind us that this is not an old story, but a story that lives in our midst, a story that goes beyond religion to bring to us a truth we live every single day. No matter how dark it gets, the sun will always arise.
heart, of hope and despair, of faith and disbelief, of life and death, of birth and death. And then, ever so gently, it moves in a hand, full of courage that sustains, for a future yet to be revealed, a glory yet to be seen, a grace yet to be found.
Acceptance is a heavy word, growing in my way. I see the pain that is to come, and the suffering too. But thy will is my will, to make the heavy light, to make the morning bright. The sun in our midst, the star in me.
Gentle Mary, meekly bowed her head to meet thee as a blessed God. She said, "My soul shall laud and magnify His holy name. Most highly favored Lady,
Oh, my heart, it whispers a doubt. How can this burden I bear?
Oh God, I have always had unwavering faith towards you, and yet you test me like this. Why? How can I, a simple carpenter, be worthy of what you ask of me? You have promised a king. How can I father a king? How is it fair for this child to be born into my poverty? I have nothing to give him. Tell me, how is it fair?
O Joseph, a dormant seed is not without hope, an aging tree can still bring shade. You are never only a sum of your parts, but more than you are made. The question is not in the why, as much as the answer is not in the how. But perhaps, dear Joseph, what you seek is in front of you right now.
Faith, my son, my God says to me, you have been chosen to stay. How can I carry you there?
Don't scare me. Let's move closer to the flame.
I told you something's about to happen.
Oh, shut up. Fear that sinks its teeth into flesh can easily grow. It wakes up every time like a beast disturbed from its slumber, lashing up, directionless, swirling and colliding, hungry and arriving, till you see in the darkness of an ordinary night a shining light.
Look,
A light that guides and grows in strength and compassion, an anchor that pulls us into the same direction, a faith that builds and holds a promise to be fulfilled.
And saw a star shining in the eastern heaven afar, and to the earth it gave great light, and so it continued both day and night. God is the King of Israel. Noel, 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 Noel. God is the King of Israel.
Ladies and gentlemen, over 2,000 years ago, our great leader Moses addressed his people as they were about to enter the promised land. He said they would find their two mountains facing one another, one on which a great blessing would be proclaimed, and another the site of a great curse. We face the same choice today. Many among you would curse the Romans and call them oppressors, but I, Herod, believe that we share many common interests and that these will help us forge lasting peace in our troubled land.
Three kings of Orient are, bearing gifts we travel so far, field and fountain, moor and mountain, following yonder star.
Welcome, my friends. From where have you traveled?
greetings, wise King Herod. We have journeyed for many days and nights from a land far east of here to seek your counsel.
You are most welcome here. Anything I can do for my guests, I will.
We are men of learning. We study the movements of planets and stars. Several nights ago, a new star appeared in the sky. Our studies revealed to us that this star was a sign of something far greater than any of us had imagined.
This star is a sign of all signs, a mark of a long promised king, and it led us here, your land.
The promised king in my land. Surely I know not of any other king than the one who stands before you now.
Oh, then as king, surely you do know his lands more than anyone else here. Please tell us, O king, where is the city of David?
There is only one place that goes by that grand title, the little town of Bethlehem.
Wonderful news. Our quest may be at an end.
The promised king. Have you ever heard of a kingdom with two kings? You? No, neither have I. Naturally, my friends, I wish for nothing more than to pay tribute to this king. That is the road to Bethlehem. Go forth and find him, but return with haste and bring me word. I wish for nothing more than to kneel before him. a blessing and a curse. Peace, peace, peace.
Star of wonder, star of light, star with royal beauty bright, whisper leading, still proceeding, guide us to that perfect light.
The power of a king is not in what he says, but in what he does. And who better to know than the three wise kings? Heed my vision, O wise kings, and look at the terrible things Herod is said to do. For some kings find meaning in keeping a population enslaved, but only light can truly breathe life into the flame of hope. Go forth, O wise kings, go forth, and do not turn back. It is in your steadfast strides that love can truly guide.
Glorious thou, behold him arise, King and God and sacrifice. Hallelujah, hallelujah, sounds to the earth and sky.
Akila and Kanal as Mary, Varun as Joseph, Niharika with Vaishnavi, Kanya, Jarvinya and Rishi as Gabriel the angel. Vaishnavi, Jarvinya, Laya, Kanal, Asvika, Sandhya and Nitika as the dancers. Sean, Hemant, Christopher, Sai and Prasad as the shepherds. Dinesh, Ajay, Raza and Kavita as the sheep. And Raza also as the drummer boy. Nandan as King Herod. Nitika, Raji and Kavya as the three kings. Kavya also as the donkey. Salman, Christopher and Asvika as the innkeepers. Pashupati as the cow. Preeti as the old shepherdess. And finally Mahim and Kailash as the star. A special mention for Prasad. Prasad, if you can please stand up. The Joseph song was written and composed by Prasad.